This is Jamaica 5288, and I want to talk to you about this little seed here. You know what this little seed did? This little seed made a bunch of these. And I planted it just like I planted this little squash. This was the size of this loofah plant when I put it in the ground. 3 of them. And now I have about 20 loofah. But today, we're going to process a loofah. So you're going to see me pick a loofah off of the vine, a brown one. This one needs to dry a little bit more. We're going to get it down to this size. Now, y'all know what it is. We use it for the bathroom. We use it for everything. This one is used for the dishes now. I ain't buying no more sponges. I am not buying any more sponges. I have my seeds now, forever, and I have my sponge. All from a little seed. Just a little seed and a little time. Let's get to it. Let's process this loofah. It's not easy, but we're going to do it. We are going to do it. Let's get to it. So today we're going to upplant some sage. Get out of here. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's get to it. Okay, y'all. This is how I process or pick and process loofah. I feel like I cheated you last time. You know, I talked about the loofah and then I just show you a loofah that's already processed. Processing loofah is an art. I didn't know that. I thought that you just process it, rip the skin off, and everything's fine. Man, there is a process. There's a process. First of all, you gotta wait, or you should wait until they're dry. I have one over there that's green. I thought it was done and it wasn't, so I have to dry it out on the table. But that one, this one right here, that brown one is ready. So let's go ahead and pick it, and then I'll show you what I'm gonna do with it, all right? I'm gonna get the skin off, and you're gonna see the sponge, and I'm gonna harvest the seeds. That's the main thing. Most people do not have seeds for loofah. And they say that it's hard to grow, but if you start it in a seedling, a pod, and let it get some size on it before you put it in the ground, it'll be just fine. So let's go ahead and get this loofah off the vine, okay? Well, there's only one problem with this loofah. I don't hear the seeds. That's an issue. That is an issue. Although, you hear the crunch? Maybe I should wait till it gets crunchier. That's when you know it's done. But up here it's a little soft. I'm gonna try to process it. Let's get to it. Okay, so I have my loofah here and I have a bowl of water, right? And I have a statue in front of me that is a distraction. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to get the top off. And you can see it's all crinkly and it's a sponge in there. So you're gonna have to cut that off. I'll try to do this without hurting myself. Cut the top off, right? Because we want to get water in there. And the girl, she's put a slit in it. Let me move the bowl of water away. She cut off both ends, right? I'm not getting any seeds out yet. And she cut down the side. Now I'm just gonna make some semi-slits since it's giving me a hard time and I don't want to cut through the entire sponge. We just want to get water in here. Okay. think I got enough cut. Trying to move it apart with my hand so that I can see the sponge. See that? Trying to pull it apart so the water can get in there. Okay, so that's done. We're gonna take that and we're gonna put it in the water and let some of the air out. There's air in this, so I'm gonna squeeze it so it gets filled with water so it'll stop floating. It's gonna float some, but what we're trying to do is get the sponge part. Seeds are starting to come out already. Trying to get the sponge part spongy. Does that make sense? Trying to get the sponge part spongier. We're trying to get the sponge part wet again, which is going to help. The seeds are coming out, which is going to help the us take the skin off. So she just sat it in there for 3 minutes. I forgot something, a plate to show you the seeds. So we already have a couple of seeds that have come out in the water. And I have my loofah soaked. It's been soaking for more than 3 minutes. What we're gonna do is we're gonna peel it back, way back. And this thing is way easier to peel when it's been soaked. The first time I did it, I mean, whew, Lord, I was like, man, I need to hire somebody to peel my loofah. That don't sound right. But here we go. We're just peeling it off. The other girl peeled it straight back, but she cut hers in half. Maybe I should do this with this one. Yeah, I think I'll cut it in half. Let me get something and cut it. Just a sec. Oh, here. I don't have to go anywhere. My knife is right here. And now I don't know how to open my knife. All right. Get some of the water out. Cut it about in half. All right, so I got it in half now. That's much better. It's easier to peel. I'm just gonna have to use this for a face sponge. I've been using these loofahs. I use them for the dishes. I'm using them in the bath. I'm using them to scrub my face. Man, these are invaluable. And I have a whole bunch of them. I don't have to buy any sponges. Have you noticed that sponges in the stores have went up in price? Now I ain't gotta buy it. I grew my own sponges. And as I said, I heard a bunch of people say that they're having trouble growing loofah. Start them in a seedling pot. And then when you think they're too big for the seedling pot, then you put them outside. They should be the size of, I'll show you in a second. They should be the size of one of my squash plants by the time you put them out. Then they'll survive. None of them died. I planted 3. I got 3, and those are the 3 that are out there right now, producing all of these loofah. And giving me seeds for next year. You hear it sizzling, I got some tea on. Okay, we're just pulling this back. Pulling it off. Some people are more, I just started doing this. This is like my 4th loofah that I've peeled. So forgive me if I'm really slow. It's just gonna take me a little while. Some people have been doing this for years. This This is my first year growing loofah, which I was so excited. I wish I have gourds, also seeds for gourds, and I didn't plant them. And I wish I had. Oh, I wish I had. You know, hindsight is 2020, because you can use those as cups instead of using plastic. Am I becoming a naturalist, or what do you call it? I don't know. I don't know what you call it when you get everything natural. You try to do everything the natural way. Using wool blankets. And when I was younger, I didn't think about that stuff. I was like, if it's a cup, it's a cup. So I got another seed right here. And here's my loofah. I'm picking off all the little leftover stuff, but it's pretty much done. This is one half of it. One half of my loofah. And I got a seed in here. I can feel it. Come on out. Come out wherever you are. Sometimes you shake it. You get stuck in there. But if you squeeze it, you can feel the seeds. You just have to get them out. Because they're inside the tunnel. They're inside the tunnel. Let me squeeze it a little bit. Maybe that'll work. Squeeze it in the water. The water seemed to get a couple of them out. Not this last one though. This last one's giving me a run for my money. Here it is. Feel it, but I can't. What side is it in? All right, that's desperation. Look through the telescope. Maybe I'm just feeling something that's not there. I don't see it. It's there. It's hiding from me. It's in there. It is right there. I see it. Let's see. Where'd it go? Watch it be a little itty bitty seed. Be a little bitty pod, a little bitty midget seed. Say, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Do I see it? I think I see it. No, that's not it. Yep, there it is. I see it stuck. There it is. Came out. Man, one little seed. Look. Look at it. I put it in my palm of my hand. It's giving me the business. So we have one side done. One side of it done. How long did that take me? 6 minutes? That's one done, right? I'm gonna stand that up. I'm gonna dry these standing up. You want as much you want. You do not want to lay them down like this. You want to stand them up best you can. And I'll put it next to a statue or something. Lean it against something. On to the next one. Hopefully this one is easier to peel back. Let me take this, peel it down, peel this stuff off. That's the stove, my tea. I wiped up the stove and apparently I didn't dry it well enough, so it's sizzling on the bottom. Oh man. Peel it off. It's kind of like peeling a fish. You know, you scale a fish underwater. That's what you do with the loofah. Put it underwater and get the skin off. This one didn't have a lot of seeds. The other ones I did, I got at least 15 seeds from one. They were bigger though. They were bigger than this, so. And the one outside probably has a lot of seeds in it, but I think I picked that one too early. It was full of water. When I picked it, I should have held it in my hand for a while because you could tell if it's dried up because it will be really light when they dry out like this one was. It'll be really light, but if they're not ready, they have a lot of water in it or a lot of sap in it, which is another reason why I'm doing this underwater. It gets that sappy stuff off of the loofah. If you have a kid, this could be a good project for them because they like, you know, peeling stuff apart. You might not have any loofah left, but you know, it'll be fun for them. And they get to know where things come from. Instead of always going to the grocery store. These things are expensive in the grocery store. Or not the grocery store, in the department store. I know, because I bought some. When we went on our trip, I was asked, hey, you want to buy some loofah? I was like, no, I grow my own. And then the person looked at me, because they're from New York also, and they were like, loofah grows? I thought loofah came from the sea. I said, no, sponge come from the sea. Loofah is a plant. I just found that out. I thought I was brilliant trying to say that, but I told them. I was like, I just found out this year too. Loofah is a plant. It doesn't grow in the sea. Sponge grows in the sea. Totally different thing. Totally different plant. One grows in air, one grows in water. And you know, I like the loofah better because it can scrub things like pots and pans and dishes. I used one for the dishes today. Like, I'm not gonna buy any more sponges. I'm not gonna buy any more sponges. I'm just gonna use these because God gave them to me, and I'm gonna use it. So, fruits of my labor. Almost done. I'm almost done. Just pick out the little remnants. As I said, these are face sponges because this was a little loofah. The bigger ones I use for my body, or I use it for the dishes. Here we are. Get all the remnants off. Wash it off. Let's see if there's any seeds in this one. You feel it? Nope. No seeds. They all came out. Make sure there's no remnants. I am going to use this on my face. I don't want to get scratched up. All right. Get some more of the sap out. You're going to feel it. It's going to be a little slippery. Just wash it out in the water. Some people use some soap, but I don't. So, here we are. That is processed loofah. I'll give you a close-up in a second, but they're done. That was my little loofah. And this water, I'm going to throw this out in the garden. It's a plant, so. And here are my seeds that I'm going to dry out, and I'll put them in a bag. I think this one is no good, and this one's no good, but I have 5 good seeds from this loofah. And I'm going to use them for next year. So, loofah. Loofah! That's how you process loofah. This is Jamerica 5288, and I'll see you on the next one. Grow your own. Grow your own loofah. Here we go. Grow your own loofah. So I'm going to pick it, and I grew it from seed. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the video on the loofah, and I have plenty more like that to come. So please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a good day, a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good night. Take care of yourself. Bye.